This is a must-win for Arsenal. I said it in the previous 3 previews, and I'm saying it again for this game. We need to win this game. On Sunday afternoon, Arsenal will be travelling to the London Stadium to be taking on West Ham in, like I said, a must-win game without a doubt. We are coming into this game off the back of a very, very impressive 3-1 victory against top-of-the-table Liverpool. And with West Ham not being in the greatest of forms right now, we need to capitalize and we need to get all 3 points and keep our title charge alive. So in today's video, we'll be previewing the game, talking about the potential starting 11 and how I think the game will go. So what's going on, everyone? You're listening to Gunner Central here. I hope you guys are all doing well. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe if you guys haven't already, and let's get into it. Now, like I said, coming into this game, we are probably coming off one of our best performances of the season, beating top of the table Liverpool 3-1, completely dominating them from start to finish. We were clinical when we needed to be, and other than that one little mistake from Saliba and Raya, we were perfect. In our last 5 games, we have 2 losses. Those 2 losses were the 2-0 loss against Liverpool and the 2-1 loss against Fulham, so we're kind of getting away from that dodgy patch of form where we saw ourselves draw 1 game and lose 3 and 4, so we're starting to build it back up. But our last 3 games, we have 3 wins, a 5-0 win against Palace, a 2-1 win against Forest, and the 3-1 win against Liverpool. Again, that Liverpool performance was probably one of our better performances in the past month or so really happy with that performance. And it was a crucial win, a crucial 3 points to nick off top of the table Liverpool. And now we're going into West Ham with that momentum, with that confidence. I really expect us to put in a good performance and get all 3 points here against a struggling, limping West Ham. If you go look at West Ham's last 5 games, it's really not looking good for them. They have 3 draws, 2 losses. 1 loss is against Bristol City, by the way. And their previous game was a 3-0 loss to United, where they just got outclassed. They weren't a match for Man United, and they looked really disjointed, and they struggled to play any sort of good football. It's given me a lot of confidence. Man United aren't particularly good this season, so for Man United to have dominated West Ham the way they did, I'm gaining a lot of confidence. I know in our last head-to-head game, it wasn't a good outing for us. We lost 2-0 at home, but we should have taken chances. We should have won the game. And that 2-0 loss against West Ham was the beginning of the 3-game loser streak. So we need some revenge and we need these 3 points. And also, I know in our last trip to the London Stadium, we lost 3-1 in the Carabao Cup. We put in a horrible performance. It was a really forgetful night for us, but I'm still quietly confident that we will go into the London Stadium, dominate the game, dominate the ball, and come out as winners. I am hoping, and I actually believe we will do that. Maybe in a week or so time, that take is not going to age too well, but I'm just really confident. I mean, West Ham haven't won a game in their past 6. They haven't kept a clean sheet in their past 5 games. It's just that West Ham are looking really weak and really vulnerable right now, and us coming off that really good win against Liverpool, we're ranked 3rd in the table away from home this season. We have kept the most clean sheets in the Premier League this season, with 8 tied with Liverpool, so I'm really confident. And I know West Ham have some players that when it's their day and they're clicking, they're looking really good. Jared Bowen himself has 11 goals this season, but saying all of that, I still don't think this is going to be all that easy of a game. West Ham aren't a pushover of a team, regardless of their poor form and our good form coming into this game. This is still a London derby away from home in the Premier League. We're not going to go and steamroll them and win 5-0, although we need to absolutely win this game and we need all 3 points. It's not going to be all that easy. I highly doubt it. And with the Declan Rice factor, the fact that he's versing his former team, the West Ham players are going to have a little more of a personal reason to go out and perform well, so it's not going to be an easy game, but we should still get the victory. Now, going into injuries and suspensions, we'll start off with Arsenal. Zinchenko is out again until late February. Really upsetting. He's starting to put some really good games together and then he goes out injured. It's a really big blow, but luckily Tomiyasu is back from the Asian Cup duty, so he will be able to play for us in that left back position and there'll be no Kivior at left back needed. Vieira is still out. Jesus is still out. Timber is obviously still out, and surprise, Thomas Partey is still out. There's no other injuries and suspensions other than that, so it's not great, but it has been a lot worse before, so I won't mind. And then as for injuries and suspensions for David Moyes' men, it's not lengthy at all. They have Mikel Antonio out and it's Lucas Paqueta out. The rest is ready to go. The rest of their team should be ready to go. They're going to be fit and strong. Coming off that 3-0 loss against Man United, they're going to want to prove themselves again. And with them being at home, they are going to back themselves. But we need to win this game. I don't care what they're doing. Now onto the starting 11 that I would play if I was in charge. It's pretty simple. I would go with David Raya in goal. Left back, I would go Tomiyasu because he's back from the Asian Cup. There's no Zinchenko. It's quite clear that it has to be Tomiyasu at left back. My right back would be Ben White. My two centre backs would be Saliba and Gabriel. Very standard back five, especially with no Zinchenko and Tomiyasu back. I'm sure it's a back five that every one of you guys would predict as well. But my midfield, I would go with Jorginho as the holding midfielder, Declan Rice as a central midfielder next to the captain Martin Odegaard. And I know a lot of people don't like using that against quote-unquote smaller teams, and they only like using it against basically big six teams, but I think away from home we need to kind of hold out West Ham. Ward-Prowse is going to be in that cam position. They're going to have Kudus, Jared Bowen, Johnson, Souček in the midfield. It's a handful of a midfield, and we need to make sure that our midfield is prepared for that. And I think Jorginho was so good against Liverpool. He has to start against West Ham. I love Smith Rowe. I think Smith Rowe could come on off the bench if we need. But I think Jorginho has to start next to Declan Rice and next to the captain Martin Odegaard. For me, that is my midfield. And up front, I was starting three. Left wing will be Gabriel Martinelli, who I just made a video about how good he was against Liverpool. Right wing for me would be Bukayo Saka. And up top with no Gabby Jesus, it has to be Kai Havertz again. I thought Kai Havertz was really good against Liverpool. Put his body on Konate. He is the reason Konate got his red card. He worked really hard, scrapping for balls. Overall, just a really impressive performance by Kai Havertz, and he deserves a start against West Ham. It is basically the team that we started against Liverpool other than Zinchenko, but that team played so well, there's no reason to make too many changes. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So that's basically my team, obviously adding on Tomiyasu. And again, like I said, I know in the last two games against West Ham we've come off as losers, but we need to win this game, and I'm confident that we'll go in there, dominate the ball, and get 3 points. It is vital for us, and I'm sure of this team, and I think we will do it. But yeah guys, that's the video. Let me know in the comments below, what are your predictions for the game and what starting 11 would you play? Please be sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you guys haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.